Peace to the gang, and welcome to Quit the Cat Podcast. Peace to the gang, and welcome back to Quit the Cat Podcast. It's your boy BP, alongside the Bishop and PosiTiff, and you are back. What's going down, gang?
Good, I'm sweating.
You sweating?
Yeah,
I'm good.
Like it's been 100 degrees out.
Yeah, it's going to be 100 this week. But before we get into it,
from sweating.
Laughing, yes.
And if y'all hear the air conditioner buzzing in the background, it's hot.
mind your business.
Yes,
First
thank
of all,
you. Right.
Mind your business.
Mind your business.
And secondly, quick vibe check. How you doing?
Oh,
today,
we didn't
Bishop?
even vibe check. We just went in. See how the heat got attacked?
Listen, they're in rare form, so I don't know what's about to happen in this show. I don't know what's going on. I feel good. I'm ready. That's all I can say.
There we go. PosiTiff. How we feeling today?
I just feel.
Tell these motherfuckers how you feel.
This is gonna be good.
I just feel.
So
yeah,
we're gonna try to figure out what it
just
is before it's
feel.
over.
Yeah, I just feel. How
Well,
are
that's
you?
good. Listen, I am swell.
Is it?
Swell and sweltering at the same damn time. But I'm great. Let's get it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay, so question.
I'm like the sniper on the go ahead.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Question. Ooh.
Don't be like him. He
Go
going.
ahead. Listen.
Yeah, I'm trying to steer clear of that conversation because just affiliations and you know we're going national and we just don't but we can have an off camera conversation. But anyway, okay, so your business, you do business.
Yes.
You do business.
Yes,
I do business.
Oh wait, how your vibe is? Everybody's vibe with
Yeah, we already did ours.
I'm
You hot.
You're hot. I'm good.
Or hot on life. Anyway.
There you go.
Yeah, maybe. So we all do business.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do? How do you feel? Whether it's community business, whether it's your business, when people mishandle your business, like people.
What do you mean by mishandle?
So when I say mishandle, like people come business wise and they're not quite understanding the level and the depth to which you do business.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then they get close and then they don't really be about their business. Do you all, either of you cut it off? And this comes from it comes from a couple things. Yeah. You do?
I cut it off.
You give it one time?
I give it to the point, and it's what makes it worse is I cut it off, especially if I know them and I expect more from them.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I really cut it off then because I would feel like if you know what I stand for and what I expect from you, and this is what kind of business, or this is how this is, then yeah, I'm good because then, especially if I know you and I expect more from you, and I expect you to respond and handle my business, like, with that integrity how I would expect. So then I look at it like way too much. Like if it was a stranger,
be different.
I'll put up a little bit and try to be the nah. If I know you and I expect more from you and know what you can do, and you give me that end of that type of work and response, I'm good.
What about you?
I feel you. Cut them off. But I'm trying to learn to hear people out or give people grace, but I feel like cut them off.
I feel like this is coming from, so yesterday Krista Vincent had reshared a part of our, not last because I wasn't here, and I'm proud of y'all. I'm proud of y'all. Y'all did well. I didn't have to, what the, you know what I mean, one of them, but y'all did well. Yeah. But it comes from, she shared a piece of the podcast from 2 weeks ago where we were talking about alignment and assignment and with people. And, we're not, these celebrity figures yet, but people see us. Right. I said yet, not to that. Ooh, you gave me goosebumps. But people see us, because we're out and we're active. And I think sometimes people mistake when you get to talk to us on a personal level, like we have empathy, but we know nonsense. Right. We know nonsense.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then, when they see it and they experience it and they feel it, it's like, wow.
Well, they don't like it. They
don't like it.
They ain't like it. No. It was like, it was supposed to be like this.
No, they didn't
and
like it.
And was like, they found out what it really was.
Right. It's like, I see you, I see you on social media and called me about something, which was okay. But then when you start asking the questions on the back end, Because seeing somebody on social media,
right. Especially, I'm cool anyway because what's the intent?
Right.
And then why do you have to know that far?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like we can always. This is I learned this thing right, and they say especially women they are good with this thing. They was like when men you come with the intention. You have there's a thing that we know the intent. Right. Even though somebody's trying to word it and they're trying to, you feel the intent, so you're already bothered because you know what you're asking.
Right.
That's why they tell you when you're coming to ask for something or you do something with a cheerful heart, there's an energy with it. So now when you're dealing with people that is in tuned, you're going to feel something in you're going to feel it because you know why they're asking.
Right.
They're not asking because they're happy or they want to know because of how did you pull this off. Nah,
they
want to know.
They care.
They want to see this, and then, so I feel like people that's like that, they want to learn, they want to know, and then they're going to flip that narrative. They're going to add some stank to it. Some, and then maybe they wasn't. It's always something because like them type of people, like even we're here. How much did you pay for the building? How much you? Why?
Yeah, you asking a lot of questions.
And then it's the person instead of just a congratulations, especially when I don't talk to you all the time.
Don't say congratulations.
Yeah, especially when I don't speak to you all the time. And the first thing you're congratulations. Well, how much did you pay for the building? What did why does that matter? But that's what people do. They want to.
So are you telling me I should expect that when people realize what the building is? Because I don't even think they realize what the building is.
They want to know everything.
Where the building is. I don't think they realize it.
And things that people do, they're gonna add and speculate and add to the story. Like that's right. But that's what people. That's just what people do. Like instead of it's never. This is that thing where it's not about what you're going to do with what you have.
Right.
Nah, people don't be caring about the work and what purpose it serves.
Right.
Oh, when it ain't them or it ain't a part of. When there's so many people in community, like it's so crazy where people want it to be them, but don't do enough to where it is them, or even focus on the amount of people you serve. Like those type of people, man, they're everywhere.
Or
and that's what they do.
And or take advantage of an opportunity.
Yeah.
Like if I put an opportunity before you and you don't take advantage of it, that's on you.
That's your fault, yeah.
You know that's on you. And I think sometimes, again, in this community and in a lot of circumstances, people, I'm not asking you to be me.
Right.
Like you will never be me. You will never be me. But if an opportunity is afforded to you, if you are, another business owner, another organization in the community, take advantage of the opportunity because that opportunity doesn't always come forward.
Can they take advantage?
That's a good question.
Because see, a lot of people are in the mix until it's time to show.
And that's what I'm saying. And don't put my business at jeopardy because but your business is shit.
Right, but they not putting yours at jeopardy.
That's
only you can allow it.
And that's exactly. And it's funny because, and that's why I said about Krista in posting that yesterday, because I had a situation yesterday, and I had to take a step back, and I was like, you know what, Tiff, you're getting to that space. You're getting to that point where you really have to discern who is assigning and aligning to you. Because if I have a grant for something, and you're going, and I have to meet requirements as far as that grant.
Yes.
And right. But then something else comes up. You knew what I had to do.
Right.
So now you wiggling and doing what you're doing. Right. You knew what I had to do.
Right.
I told you that. I made it clear to you.
Yes.
So now I'm looking at it like, you know what? You ain't that serious about your business. You're not that serious about your business. And you gotta push on. And that was just the lesson that I learned yesterday. Community organizations say what they want to do. But when the opportunity is before you, and then don't tell me you proud of me. Yeah. After you do all of the bullshit. Yeah. Don't tell me you proud of me. I don't need you to be proud of me. I need you to handle your business. Stop it. Yeah. But anyway, Stop it. But no, I'm just. I had to vent because
You go.
Yeah.
You go. See,
I had to vent.
So like,
and we got to stop that as community organizations.
And this is the thing that happens too, though, because you feel I always say, and you're going to grieve either way.
Right.
You're going to grieve either way. So I rather, like, sometimes it could be our fault if we allow them in or we put them in and we say, hey, we expecting them to do that and then they don't show.
Right.
Like, that's like, you got to eat that.
You got to eat it.
So it's one of those things. At the end of the day, you're always going to be on that end of having to accept that because that's what people are going to do.
Right.
And there's so many people that will address something up, but they want somebody to walk their hand through. You know what I mean? Or I love a post I seen a young lady posted yesterday. She said, and it's not just a Harrisburg thing. It's a thing. She said, but it's so crazy how people want to be attached to people just for their success.
Assignment, alignment, right.
They're not putting no work, but I'm going to post your stuff and do, even though I don't support you, I'm going to post you and attach it to me so that I can get the clout off of the record. Like, that's where so. But
if I'm inviting you in, you know what I mean? Like, that's
you
like you getting an invite to go see.
But then if that's the case, it might be a fuck you.
Them or me,
them, they might be like, thanks for the invite, but fuck you.
Yeah, and that's and honestly, and that's where
I caught up with you.
Yeah, and honestly, that's where again, you have to discern, and that's what the lesson that I'm learning as I'm moving into different spaces.
So,
you gotta let it go. Like I will never touch it again.
Right.
So you just messed up.
So that's the thing.
I will never again.
You got it. That's the thing. You gotta work on
is
the how fast do you shake it off? Shaking the stuff off and stuff. Like that's the thing. Like you're gonna feel how you feel in the moment, and that's like everything that we do.
Right.
But how fast can you shake it off?
So for me, it wasn't even shaking it off. You know what it taught me? Because I'll 30 seconds or less. Okay. I learned that a long time ago. If I can't walk away from it in 30 seconds or less, then I don't want it.
Right.
But what it taught me was, Tiff, you just have to watch your giving. You can't give to everybody. You can't give the opportunity to everybody. And, that's where, like, your heart be so pure. And it's just like everybody doesn't deserve the opportunity.
There's nothing wrong
That's
with that.
crazy, though. Not crazy, but
it is. It is
people talk a good game. That's why I asked you about the
then,
business part in the beginning. They talk a good game.
Yeah, and then people at the end of the day, really, I learned, and it's a sad thing, especially when there's people that are doing things and they're known or they're solidified in their field of information and can help somebody. People don't move for free. Even it don't matter who it's coming from.
Right.
Like it even when they see where you're going and where to be, they don't even attach to that because people are like it's. I don't think.
You mean they move? You mean they want paid?
Nah, they don't want paid. They I'm talking about they don't want. Oh yeah, they're not worried about that. They gotta move. Like what I was getting to was people are really mentally and physically lazy when it comes to past a certain point.
Come on.
Oh, you'll see posts all day about it. You'll see all things, and then they'll attach to somebody doing something community if they don't got to do much or got to use many resources. As long as I can get my name on there, or as long as I can do some type of and not really do no work. But if you give me an assignment, that is fully to me, where it's going to help me birth and get it,
and want it. Too much work.
It's definitely
too much work.
It's definitely. That's why you keep seeing all these reboots and all these different because in that arena, even if it's still nonprofit and you was doing this part, now that ain't working.
Right.
So now I got to do this again. It ain't that.
It's
not
working.
working.
You ain't working.
You ain't working.
You ain't working.
I don't care how many times you switch your name.
You still ain't
working. You ain't working.
I don't care how many times you
rebrand.
If you go from running for this office and now you doing it, I don't care how many times you switch. You are you.
Yeah, that's it. You can't run from you.
You are you.
That's good stuff.
You are you in this business.
Yeah.
You are you. Like, and that's the thing we look at. Like, I don't like it. Listen, I am the person that I always say looking behind the curtain. But then you look at it, even with like the wizard and behind the curtain, it was all smoke and mirrors.
Right.
All smoke all powerful. Yep. But behind that thing,
so as soon as you got back,
smoke and mirrors. And then
then
that story goes because everything we have is already in us. But it be smoke and mirrors, and with a lot of people, I see that. And there's like they even got classes on verbiage that people use when they not sincere. It's a study on that.
I believe.
I mean, you can tell your spirit tells you that, but
it's a study on that. But we use certain words. There's certain words we use. People have a certain. That's why I say our language is our thumbprint.
Right.
That's your thumbprint.
Right.
We be too about ourselves, but if we really listen to people,
if you listen, if you pay
That's what
attention,
it is.
Yeah.
Really
and people will tell you everything about
themselves.
People know what you do. You ain't got to tell nobody what you do.
Right.
But if you listen to other people,
you
will see. Yeah, so people be threatened by people that ain't even a threat. Listen to them.
And if you listen close enough, you know what they don't do. Yeah, you know what they don't do.
Yeah, they be threatened too. That'd be the crazy part. They be really like, they shouldn't.
Like and see like and
affect you,
right?
And you gotta look too, right? You're even for you, like you're just getting started, and you're on the front of the train,
right?
Because with your age and with your maturity versus people, you know, us and these trainers in 30s and things like that, we still have it's a value, right? So thing is, I always say when you're in this grind, you still got to go and hold another team. Like, you never know. This thing is for a life. You might not get into when you know, and you're on those stages 65, and it's so seasoned. It's see, so many people, if you listen to them, they're not going to make it that far. No, but see, they hanging on because you still going. Right. Some people, if you tapered off and because some people, when you have that determination, you are the battery pack. You are when you're out in the front of the caboose, people only going because you going, they try to act like they your equal and they threaten and they talking. We not the same. Right. Because I know, like listen, what burns in you and it's a passion, some people, they just going by.
Oh, it'll fizzle out. Oh, yeah, it'll fizzle out.
Right. Listen.
Even like we said, you know, beyond the positive stuff. But even like we said, community-wise.
Yeah.
The passion about a subject is there, but then it fizzles off. Like, where's the fight? Where's what y'all said?
They was just talking.
Listen, I think
it sounded like they was just talking.
Yeah.
What are we protesting?
Right, but see,
don't invite me to the protest.
See, this is the thing too.
Don't invite me to the
But this is the thing, though, right? None of that's going to be. I'm gonna stick to it. I say what I mean it. Like. We'll be honest with you, right? Real quick. There ain't nothing really to protest, right? Let me explain something to you. Real quick. Take it how you want.
Yep.
Take it how you
want.
Hear me out.
And tell the truth.
Hear me out.
Tell the truth.
Hear me out, right?
Double tap, like, subscribe.
Uproar. You won't get a cry of uproar from people when a person lived a certain time. I don't care, mama's, that's my baby. He was this, and this. And the account of a person from the friends, the company they keep, from the pictures they have, from the things that they do, allow you, if we should be upset about your life. See, there's the thing when innocent people, children, people that have been living as a citizen, haven't done nothing to someone else, haven't offended anyone. You can get a cry from somebody that hasn't put themselves in police custodies, been in handcuffs, been in cells, been in these things. Yeah, we're not saying that everybody doesn't get a fair opportunity to justice and all these type of things, but when you live a certain way, you breathe and you pull in a certain energy. And there's an outcome to that. So you're not going to get a cry because, see, when we look at things and we pull up records and we look at the backdrop and we look at the story, there's people that go look to say, should I feel any compassion? Should I feel some type of way? And then they look and say, oh, this is just a thug. Oh, this person was gangbanging. This person was shooting at people. This person was selling drugs. What do you want to uproar? See, I don't come to defend wrong. Wrong and wrong, you get a wrong outcome. Come on now. Come on now. It wasn't unbalanced where this person was positive and this person was negative and they clashed and that person killed that. You breathe that type of energy. You breathe that type of energy. So I'm not going to get in an uproar and rally people with this cry. That's why you don't feel no pull, because what was innocent? Oh, listen, what you reap, you sow. When it happens and who it happens by, you don't have no account of that, but you breathe that.
The show's over. That's all I'm saying.
It's nonsense. So see, when we hear these people in their agenda of why they want people to be upset, hold on, who are we upset about? What were they to the community? What seeds did they sow that we feel we lost somebody? Come on now, you can't live for yourself and expect the community to come ride for you, and you never sold nothing to anybody else but yourself. You took from the neighborhoods, and when it comes to collect, and whoever comes to collect it, we don't got no call on that.
Ain't got no picks.
So what are we riding for? What are we upset for? This is why people are not rallying behind it. Where's the decency of the people that we come to defend?
Hey.
Okay.
Get what you asked for.
So
you
in
get
the
it because you
community,
asked for it.
this is why it's never real, and it's a lot of screaming, it's a lot of function, but it doesn't penetrate deep. This thing been going on. But when you don't live a certain way, the God said, "I'll make the rocks cry out."
Come on.
The rocks. If you can't make people. If you can make the rocks, listen. Some people will. I don't care from where to there. Let them see a decent person. Let them show some things you did in the community. Let them see some impact that you made. They'll come from far and wide to stand on them steps.
Right.
Come on now. Okay.
So,
Okay.
I and coming from you, and you shared your past numerous times. Take heed. That's all we're going to say is take heed. So you're not talking to, or you're not hearing that from somebody who's been in the church or hasn't been. You know what I mean? You're not hearing that. Right.
Like, I wasn't out there.
Right. You're hearing that from somebody who lived that life.
Right.
So again, when you watch this and you come with the comments, don't come with no bullshit. Because it was, and that's what I'm saying. But you know how people, right? And that's what I'm saying. And that's the thing. Learn to have a conversation. Let's have a conversation because I agree with you. I ain't even gonna lie, and I agree with you. That's why we can't be taken seriously.
You gotta call a spade a spade.
We can't be. So when you see, when you see in a newspaper and people say, "Well, why did they have to start off with that?" They started off with that because. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And handling and accepting the truth.
Yeah.
Like we want to hide under, and it doesn't make them a bad person. Just like you said, it's a matter of the environment.
Right. Right.
It's a matter of
you sowed them seeds.
You sowed them seeds.
You sowed
That's
them
the building
seeds,
you built.
man. Yes.
You got to go live in that motherfucker, man.
I'll tell anyone that listen. Shauna told me about the funeral when the preacher told the truth. The family got up and took the body. Come on now. Listen, come on, do you want to hear it or don't you?
They don't.
Do you want to hear it or don't you?
They
said, "Oh, we ain't come to preach this man in heaven. He ain't lived that way." Oh, what you upset for? That's a reality and it's real.
But we can't
But somebody
handle the truth.
Listen, they gotta tell it.
They don't want the truth.
I would have said, ushers, get the door for them.
Yeah,
I got that already.
Yeah.
Open the door for them.
Put that little kickstand out in the bottom.
And I think,
come on now.
And I think that's what the draw is too. People are looking for truth.
Yeah.
But then when you get in those spaces, like we said, you get around you get around me, you get around. Now all of a sudden you get in this truth. You don't know how to take that truth. You know what I mean? Because you've been functioning on the foundation of bullshit. Bullshit. Nobody called your organization out for, your stop the violence. The fucking violence is going on and we don't see you. I am not, don't call me to be a part of a panel. I deal with domestic violence. I don't deal with gun violence. I don't deal with all of that. I don't deal with street violence. So you should be at the forefront of conversations right now.
Especially if that's what you say you stand on. If that's what you say you stand on, you should be the one out front.
You should be at the forefront of conversations about gun violence. Now there was just a law passed with gun violence and domestic violence. I'll come to that. But not the gun violence that we're seeing. We need you to stand on what you say because you have a damn platform right now. You have a platform right now.
This is my thing with people, and this is people in general. You gotta be cautious because you can't just go defend them because it's your friends. You can't go defend them because it's your family. Like this thing is bigger than that. Like wrong is wrong.
That's it.
If you live, there's the truth, and instead of pointing, it's time to start talking about how the words you use or the life you live, how it catches up to you, and how that's sad. Now you can get when that's the narrative. It's not that you was innocent. It's not that you didn't read that.
Right.
It is.
You bought what you paid for.
It is what it is, right?
Yes,
and what you paid for.
Right.
This is the outcome, and this is what happens from that. Now, when you say that, this is what happens when you live this way.
Right.
So I had
it's different.
I had somebody call me the other day about a situation, and something that was going on with their child, and they were telling me this stuff. And my first question was, so after we get them the resources, what happens next? What's the plan? Because they have themselves on this hamster wheel, this cycle right now. So, you called me for a reason, and I don't have a problem. But what I want to know is what happens after you get the resources. Yeah. What's the plan? And they were like, "What do you mean?" No.
So you were supposed to have the whole. You supposed to have.
So I'm just supposed to give, but I want to know what are you going to do to get off of that damn hamster wheel that you're on. After you get the so we solved the problem, but what are you going to change?
No, that's why they called you.
That's That's
why they called, because they didn't know what the hell to do to begin with. So they had to hit you up and be like, "Hey, Tiff, I need off this hamster wheel. Can you come,
and don't get mad
come grab my leash for me?
Don't get mad at us when that truth comes in. That truth.
That comes with self-evaluation, though.
Nobody wants to do that.
That comes with self-evaluation. You got to chew yourself out before you go get chewed out by somebody. Before you open yourself.
And some people, and I feel like some people haven't gotten chewed out. Like you do it, and it's like they walk away like head bowed down. No, I don't want you to hang your head.
Right.
I want you to hold your head up, and in holding your head up, that means making
that
better decisions. Like I'm gonna hug you afterwards.
Yeah. People don't understand that part of it though.
And it ain't even a cuss out.
They think it's like you hate me and you.
I don't hate you. Like, no, I want to know.
I only told you this because I want you to win.
Right? Why are you 20-something years old with all these daggone kids and can't afford them? And
that's crazy.
You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
Like, come on, we gotta do better.
I think it's the
And we wasn't always perfect. Just preface that we
did. Not playing.
You might have been. We weren't. I wasn't.
We passed those disclaimers.
Yeah. Like we weren't perfect. So don't look at us here and think that we were perfect. We're not perfect. We just made some choices. It's choices. It's choices.
You're right. We passed.
One morning we woke up and said, "You know what? This ain't it."
And that's what I asked them. I ask people. I ask the men all the time. I say, "Are you ready to die?" Like, and I tell some people like they don't like it. I tell them, "You're going to die." I think the realest thing I heard when I was in the streets was, "You're going to die," and that's the truth. And everybody around me, I didn't die, thankfully, but people around me that didn't care died. Like there's a thing where I ask you, and then I ask you, so why is it so hard for that not to walk away from that life if you choose to live? And then they say, I don't know. Well, then you really not you're not sure about living.
You're not even dedicated to what you doing.
So on that thing, when I tell people, when your life is up in jeopardy and it's up in limbo, and whatever you want to call it, the universe rolls the dice. You don't get that grace that people that honor and care about their life, even if it's a struggle, get. That's why sometimes when we be like, damn, how did that happen to them?
It was meant to happen. Yeah.
They didn't care enough to live. And sometimes when life is tired of you, that's it.
Right.
Like, bro, so many people make empty promises. We had a man in our group. He was coming faithfully, talking. Yeah, when I get out, I'm going to do this. I get out Friday.
Sounds good.
I'm going to get my apartment, and I'm going to do this. And 59 years old, about to turn 60. Got his apartment Friday, overdosed. They found him Monday.
Damn.
Right? So,
dog.
Like that thing, it's in me, right? It's that it burned in me because I sat at this man and I looked at him. And I ain't saying I believed him. I ain't saying I ain't really get to know, and I'm just sitting here like, how much do people think when you confess lies from your lips and you know in your heart?
But you know it.
That's it. You got to know it.
You know that you can't wait to go do X, Y, and Z. You can't wait. The people outside that love that person, listen, that was their life. That was their life. I don't care about the tears. I don't care about the stuff that people say. You knew. The moms know.
But you know,
you knew.
But you know, we gotta convince ourselves.
Yeah, but but you live a life. Living a life in denial is living a life.
You already know.
Right.
You already know.
Everything that if you in denial about that, you're in denial about your life. You'll never be free.
Right.
You're just gonna live and you're gonna age until you die.
But what's the first thing they tell you? I've never been to Alcoholics Anonymous. You gotta accept it. hi, my name is, and I am, however it goes.
Yep.
But they tell you in the meetings. I know you ain't been. I'm sure you have.
I was in NA, but it was not that type of, I don't know. That's a whole
niggas
other story.
He's the NWA.
Nah, it was some dumb shit. But anyway.
Yeah, like that's the first thing. Like you got to say, I am.
Right.
Your
responsibility.
Yeah.
Right.
And even like you said, you're going to die. So the question is, not even then.
When?
How do you want to live?
Yeah.
Like you're going to die
good.
regardless.
That's good.
But how do you want to live from now until the day you die?
Yeah.
So I like that language flip. That's some positive
you know what I mean?
stuff.
Like, it's going to happen.
Yeah, that's how you shift
I think
that
for
mindset.
so long I was running around like, oh, I'm going to die. Nigga, you going to die.
Right.
But you still alive right now. So until you die, nigga, how you want to live.
I love it.
And that's what folks don't think
live,
about how you want to live.
They living how they want to live.
That's true. I guess you're right. Yeah,
somebody unalive them, then listen.
Yeah.
Like, so it's not, I just want, like, people to understand, you're not going to get, see, it's,
talk to him, Bishop. Talk to him.
This is your moment. You better.
You can try to rally people, right? People move off of emotion and like feeling to come to this something like this. You think God, Allah, the universe, you think He's gonna move the hearts of the people? Like you ain't even got this. You ain't even got to pour your heart out. When it's something and you rise everything that you need to say, everything, it'll be so simple and people gonna move. They're gonna feel it. They're gonna feel the urge before you even say something. They just gonna say, they're gonna be waiting for that voice to tell us where to go. So when you standing up there and you see people and you trying to persecute people and you're not doing it, you used to be doing. See, you already lost balance because now you pointing fingers, making everybody else like they're the ones that did the crime and because they're not reacting to what you're saying.
Right.
So now you want to throw jabs at other organizations and other people. You can't do that because what you was trying to hit didn't hit, bro.
Right.
You just gotta accept that. You know what I mean? Like you have to accept that. It's just something you have to accept. Like it's and that's in any market where you see people that are looking, like people's not supporting or they're not getting behind. Nah, it's just something missing.
You ain't doing something.
It's
always you.
It's
like
always you.
Oh
my God, you never give your power away. Always start with you. Yes.
Now people will look at other in the.
We see it all the time, and that's crazy because it's
not
always
those situations.
you.
Like and then what happens is it turns into from the cops, the people that did it. Or
the government, this person,
the white
that
people,
person,
the white man,
the ground.
I get a job because of the white man.
What a man think of in his heart, so it will be.
You're right. What they say, the man who says he can't and says he can't are both right.
Yeah. Listen,
that's on you, Jack.
I promise you, like things is predestined. Your life is for you. Like what you believe. That's why I tell people you have two cells of if you want to choose it. You can choose your lower, you can choose your higher. And then to choose the higher, you're going to vibrate. And I promise you, vibrating at another level, living a life at another level, is striving and wanting things. You gotta work it doesn't come with that.
Yeah, but you got to work.
It doesn't come with that.
Not at all.
It doesn't come with that. So that's the first indication. There's no innocence. There's no there's a difference, bro. Like we have to call it what it is.
Right.
Like, and that's in every instance. From the young boy with the switch in the alley, from the person with the charges that they in the car. Right. Like, bro, regardless of how it happens, you birthed that. That's your baby.
Play dumb games, win dumb prizes.
Listen. That's like a drug dealer. You become the top drug dealer, bro. You don't get to pick who your enemy is. You don't get to pick your nemesis. Just know he's coming. It's a part of the game. Right. Just know he's coming. Right. So if you out here doing this, or you take, I don't care if you rob somebody for a half of weed, bro, they might want to kill you. And they're going listen. And
you have the young boy, control over what's going to happen.
Not to get in the whole situation, but that whole thing with the 16-year-old boy getting shot in the back of his head, thrown out the car, and all that, bro, that was over nothing. Over the assumption of robbery talk and. So thinking that, because somebody said, they're going to rob you, they're going to be, you all itchy, jittery, and it wasn't the case, and now look what happened.
But again,
it's just that in that conversation, in that life, that's the outcome.
It's only a few outcomes out there.
Drug life, street life, death, jail. halfway in, little pinky toe, this associated in the car. My friend, my cousin, I'm gonna hang with you today. Guess what? You could be playing football, he could be gangbanging. Hang with him, you gonna die.
You gonna die.
Blank, blank.
So how?
Oh,
So how?
You gonna die.
How? Do you think sometimes too? Because what does draw is the controversy. Like, you know what I mean? You know, the controversial talk, because
but
there's other negative, there's other negative people who will draw to that, but there's no
power.
There's no power.
Only thing that stays with power like that, there's no power in that.
Right.
There's no power in that. Like, there's two, when in this day and age in this world, right? There's always going to be another evil thing. It's always going to trump that.
That's going to take that attention
the only
away from
thing
that.
Is going to be able to in this
love.
thing,
That's
and,
real.
And people are only going to be
love.
for what they feel if you were striving and doing. Right. There's a difference of vibration. Listen, it's a rally. Right. Listen, that's why you see certain great people die in the mix of doing great things. Right. That was a sacrifice.
And people are like, oh my God.
It changes things, you know what I mean? Yes. You never know in that person's heart if that's what they were willing to die for. And we be like, oh, they died. That's what they knew that was their assignment.
Right. Oh, yeah, you got to be.
You're doing something
you got to be.
Oh, come on now.
If they got a purpose,
but listen, that's your assignment to change the shit for that. You know what I mean? It changes. It changes a cry, bro. Like it's different. Yeah. It's different. You don't have to beg. You don't have to point fingers. You don't have to talk about them. They're going to rally. They're going to rally.
Every time.
But you rally when that person sows seeds that people know. I don't care if you sowed them in their life. I promise you. You sow seeds, bro. People are going to come because they know that you touch. Not just your family, your mom, because that's your child.
No, everybody. The whole community,
that's
the
why
world.
I tell people, you want people to love you. You want things in this life. Serve people.
That's it. That's it. Service.
You get whatever you want. Listen, bro, I know I live a life now where I'm at. I can die today, tomorrow. My life is a celebration.
Right.
Tell you that.
We celebrate.
I tell you that. Absolutely. Even me in my life right now, I can say, well done. I'm proud of what I've done.
But even in that,
I'm proud of what I've done.
Even in what you're saying right now, and a lot of people don't realize, when you reach a certain place in your life and you've done certain things, you can talk about death and you can talk about it differently. And people be like, "Why are you talking about that?" Because we're all gonna go.
It's inevitable.
We ain't gonna go like we know what we're sowing, and it's gonna happen whether we 96, whatever, no matter. But somebody's gonna celebrate.
Right.
Like somebody's going to
celebrate. You know the life I live.
Right.
You know the life I live. I know you'll be sad, but you'll be like, yo, when you think of the things I said and the things
love.
it's going. That's it.
Right.
It was
and
peace.
Like,
it was joy. It was
and
education.
Make sure you don't come with that sad energy. When you come to celebrate my life,
turn up.
Don't come to
turn up.
Don't come with that stupid
ass
energy.
That's why I always tell people, live a life that you can celebrate.
Right.
You have to.
I'm gonna make sure I write that for my funeral program.
You have to.
I'm gonna make sure I write that. I don't know why y'all crying now.
Yeah, listen, we gonna.
And one of y'all gonna read it. I think I want you to read it if I go before you.
Turn them up.
Yeah, or I'm gonna have my daughter up there. All y'all, none of y'all. Why are y'all here? Say, y'all didn't fool.
Damn.
Yeah, that's how I want
Shots
one of them.
The
I want one of them funerals. Like you take the body out.
It's gonna be to the point anyway where when you're doing what you're doing.
I want one of them
those people,
they won't
you'll be able, but you'll be able to help. It's gonna be.
That's funny.
It's gonna be a whole different.
They're not.
People grow into love. One thing about it, when you, like, right now, when people see you at that stage of growth, I get it. They're like, right, and they say things. But as you keep elevating, you'll blow their mind. And people have that's what I'm saying. But even as you go, it gets to the point where people will say things and it's in the moment. Right. But at the end of the day, you have no choice but to respect.
And not just me.
And
not just me, because we ain't gonna make this about just me. But
that's in any arena.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah,
like any arena,
because I want y'all to know y'all doing something good. Y'all doing something good.
Even if it's with somebody that I might have, like, even if it's from the streets, or I might, but if I see them doing something, and it's listen, that's for me. I don't care if it could be somebody like that I just didn't like certain ways and things, but I'm a respect what they do.
Right.
If they're good at what they do.
Yeah. Oh
you
my God.
No choice, right.
And just like you said,
right.
if it's about
no choice.
if it's about real service, if it's not about if I say it's self-serving,
right.
I stay away.
If it's genuine and honest,
absolutely.
You can't. You like I respect it. Right. Like I still might not like you.
Yeah.
But I respect what you do. You know what I mean? I respect your hard work and your grind.
And even with saying that, community-wise, communities, black folks coming together to address some of the issues that's going on in the community, we might not like each other, but we got a common cause.
Right.
We can stand on this front line together and talk about this issue and bring awareness because we have a common
and
cause.
Maybe even work
don't bring your personal. No, I don't know about that. Yeah, because once you cross me, I just.
You was about to say don't bring your personal.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, when you cross me, it gets different. I don't know if I can truly. And again, that's how we started off. I don't know if I can trust you with the business.
Right.
You'll never get in my personal, but with the business and in the community and the people, that's big to me. Serving people, that's big. You have a responsibility when you put yourself out here. If you put yourself out here like that's what you do.
Honestly, just in general in life, you have a responsibility to serve people.
But if you put yourself out here as an organization,
absolutely, yes.
And then like you said, I'm standing beside you, or I'm standing beside you, and then you're not fulfilling that, or you're not living up to that. Yeah. I'm done.
Especially if you're doing stuff behind
scenes.
I still don't want.
And just like you said, that's how that started off. People who handle, your business. How do y'all feel about people who mishandle your business?
You can't be out on that.
And my business and our business is the business of people. It's the business of people.
I monitor myself well, even when I represent anything I do, even Bro to Go. Like I'm a representation at all times.
Right.
You feel me? So. That's how I look, and that thing has to be. And when you look at yourself in that light, in every arena that you in, like even out there in the streets doing things, there's a dignity that comes to you in that, and it raises you higher making those choices, even though it might not be seen or people might not care, but you only move in a certain way because you hold that integrity to what you do.
Yeah, because you're going to be associated. Because you do something. The headline's going to have something about Bro to Go in it, and you don't want that responsibility.
Because they definitely going to tag everybody that you know and everything that they see you doing. Like he was a pillar of the community. He did this, and this. And then he did some nut shit. And they're going to connect all that good stuff that you did to this nut ass.
They're going to be like, he was a quit the pod.
We ain't no cops.
Quit the Cat podcast host. And we're going to be like, y'all ain't even watch. Oh, y'all did watch. Y'all do know. So you know they watching. Even with what happened yesterday, I ain't look into it too much.
We don't got listen.
But what I'm saying, we said we'll talk about that. But even with that, folks, be careful on the side where you stand, because some people are going to be outright and vocal. But be careful what you're attached to.
Yeah.
Because you never know. Everybody doesn't talk about, who they support, everybody. But be careful, because you might be saying that to somebody who's going to write your next check.
Yeah, see, and for me with that stuff, man, I don't know.
I stay away from politics.
I be feeling like if people, like, that's how, to me, when I hear it and I see it, that's what I'll be like, even from white folks and stuff like that, when they be on their country, listen, at the end of the day, I'll be like, if they know their history, fine. But for us to be even in, or even be upset or caught off guard by what they say, when you know your history and you know the history of the ground that your feet is on, then you're not going to be
amazed.
You're not going to be bothered. And like when I see people trying to debate the rhetoric or be then I guess you don't know what this institution is built on. Like if you did not think that was the democracy and this is what built. This is theirs. This is what this is. So at the end of the day, we got to stay focused on our agenda. Let them do their agenda. And then when it comes down to hunkering up, because at the end of the day, what goes on, it affects us, but it don't. Because we still do what we do. We've been like that in this country. They were like when we were in slavery 1700, they were doing things and building their government without us while we were here building this country. So for us to get on here worried about what they say and think that has stopped us from what we do now.
Oh, heck no.
Oh, we built this while y'all were making this thing to keep us bottom.
To keep us away.
To continue to do what y'all want to do. If you want to have, listen, do that. Carry on with whoever you put in office.
Right.
We ain't even got to associate ourselves with that, regardless to what you vote, because this country's going to do what it does. And one thing I know about us, we've been surviving, we've been building it, we've been doing what we've been doing ever since.
And we're learning to do it differently. Some of us are learning to do it differently. And I don't know about y'all. You're a historian. I've never heard of an attempted assassination not going like.
Oh no, they're gonna pop your top if they want you.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So that's why I be like,
that's all I got.
And then the whole thing where ain't nobody checked those rules, and there was that close on top of some trail.
The president was just out here.
That's all I got.
A week ago, and from what I learned and from what I heard, the protocols they ran my girl's background, they ran everybody whose background that worked in the building. They checked all rules. They had dogs. They had all types of stuff. You mean to tell me my man ain't had nothing?
Yeah.
Knock it off. Who you think is stupid?
Yeah.
Ain't nobody. Yeah. This is America though, so I don't even like. I'm not a politician. I believe in right and wrong, and if it's right, it's right. If it's wrong, it's wrong. That's all I care about. Yeah. I don't care about which side is on. I ain't no liberal, no Republican, no conservative. I don't give a shit about none of that shit because we black and they don't give a damn about us. But that's my thoughts.
You know,
my
that's
opinions.
funny that you. It's funny that. Oh gosh, here I go. That's funny. Or
here we go.
The president of the United States of America was in Shoot 'em Up City last week, and everybody showed up.
It was cool. Bro went to Butler where they hunt deer for fun. Hey, you ain't missing no deer in Butler. You ain't gonna miss no big duck. Yeah. Anyway,
that's all I got to say. This is the Capitol, right?
Yeah, who was?
Yeah. And the president of the United States,
one of the founding states of 13 colonies of America. Yes.
The president of the United States didn't come to the actual capital city. It's a fucking joke. Yeah. It's like, that's all I got to, he didn't come to the capital.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
he didn't come to Dauphin County.
Mm-mm.
Who you talking about? The bull. Which bull? The slow bull, or the old slow, or the bull?
The one that should be one of my residents. Well, they should both be my residents.
Yeah, they might
but
both.
The current president of the United States did not come to Dauphin County.
No, he was down the street. He was on Derry Street.
Yeah.
He wasn't at the Capitol.
At Rookies?
No, he was down the other end of Derry Street. At 7-Eleven.
No, that's not. What is that? What do they call that?
Lawton.
Yeah, he was down Lawton. Yeah.
But look, just to give you
they should have took him to. Shut up, Tim.
Let me tell you. So they tried to.
They
went to do this slave act, right? It was a
HMAC.
They
should have took him.
It was a slave act, right? They tried to pass, and it was in September, right, of 1791. And
my boy, we have dates on here.
Look, so they had came this thing where they had made a deal that they were going to send us back to Africa. Mm-hmm. So they made a deal with Europe because no, you don't. Nah. Listen,
we sit here complaining about the heat now.
Listen, no, look, because this is the thing. So they didn't. When they came and they talked, they was going to because we were growing in number and they were starting to get a little worried if this thing was going to be overthrown, and because we were overpopulating and they was doing like a census, and they seen that we outnumbered them by a couple 100,000, but they was under they understood that we didn't have the intelligence to overthrow them, so they were writing letters letting warning the white people that we didn't have don't be alarmed, they're growing in numbers, but they're still inferior to our superiority. So what happened was they was going to get ships. They passed this little act with England, and they was going to send all these ships and take us back over. But it was like, nah, we not leaving.
Too deep, man.
We built this we built this country. It was free. It was free. Free blacks up in Pennsylvania. There was some still in Congress that they was allowed sit in the talks. We didn't have for the free blacks because they were like a separate entity, and they were pushing that agenda that they were different from the slave blacks. Biracials were different from non-blacks, so biracials had a superiority over the blacks, but the free blacks and the biracials had superiority over the blacks that was enslaved. So that's how the division between blacks started. And they used to push that agenda, so they would allow free blacks to sit in on these meetings. And there was he had two white names. He was named something Benjamin. Can't remember the last name, but it was named after one of the other governors of the colony. He was like, no, we're not leaving. We built this country. Like, we're building this country. We're not leaving. And they knew that the life that they took them from over in Africa, because our own people was enslaving us and seeing that they could make money off of us. And they were treating their own people even harsh. So at this time before like that, they didn't really start doing the hanging, the lynching towards the 1800s, because it started getting to the point where they knew we were outnumbering and emancipation was coming, and they knew the talks of colonization was starting to happen, so they built discrimination. But we knew that we wasn't leaving because we built this country. Like, they knew, like, I'm talking about when we talking about the houses, the mansions, and all these things. We built this. Who they was at the same time telling us we wasn't intelligent, we wasn't this, and this, but yet we're building this thing.
Right.
We were
Oh my gosh, yeah.
But it started to click.
We are intelligent.
It started to click. It started to click. It all started
it's
to
just
click.
not clicking.
Oh yeah,
now.
it started to click. But this thing
It's
where
not
we
clicking
sitting
now.
here and allowing how they just override country and God bless our, this ain't even your America. Like, when I hear them say that, and we allow, when we sit and we sit in this place like we don't got that superiority. You understand what I'm saying?
Power.
Like, when you know, I don't care if you say we came with the animals first, we came with the dinosaurs first. The only thing you know is we was here.
We was here. That's all you need to know.
So at the end of the day, for us, I tell people, don't worry. Let them do what they've been doing. It's been going on forever. We always rise, and the people that know they're going to rise, know that they're going to do what they need to do, believe in what they need to affect in their community, their territory, it shall get done. It shall get done. So all that stuff that they got going on, we cannot be blinded by that mockery, that bullshit. Like, it's not our concern. It has never been.
It ain't our business.
It's never been. So when
Ain't
they
our
start
business.
separating that country, we ain't got to get in there and I see black people there. Oh, y'all, bro, we don't got to defend none of that. We ain't got to defend neither one, because at the end of the day, we always survive regardless of what they do.
We've had to. Just like you said, we ain't had a choice.
Ain't
had a choice.
Just as much as right as this is ours as it is anybody's.
Everything right.
And once we accept that, just like you said, and what you just said, it's a sense of pride. You know, it's a sense of us having pride in something. We used to have pride in our neighborhoods. We used to have pride in home ownership. You know, why you out there sweeping again 50 times? Because I own this home.
They gave us nonsense. I always feel like when crack hit or when drugs hit heavily, that was a big disconnect. Because you look at the old heads that used, them niggas could do everything. They know how to build shit, like from scratch. Like all the building, like when you say we built this country, you talk to an older black man, you probably don't see none now, but any older black man or black woman, they'll tell you, we built this, we did that, we created this, all this. But then they gave us drugs, they gave us crack, we gave it alcohol, whatever, fun, dancing, entertainment, bullshit. And then we was like, oh, well, shit, we doing this. And now you start to see the old head, once they had that disconnect, and then they start shutting down the schools so that black, you know what I mean? Because, like, black kids learn differently. We ain't dumb. We have the mind to do anything. But a lot of us are hands-on. We don't want to sit in a class where they say, oh, well, he got ADHD, he can't focus, he doesn't know. No, he learns differently.
Beat his ass. He'll sit down then.
I mean, not the teachers, though. I don't beat them. I mean, shit, even if the teachers got beat their ass.
Go to school, bring paddling back. The embarrassment, you'd be like, oh my God.
Vote for Tiff. Bring paddling back. Whoop the nigga ass. Oh, I'm sorry. That's too many niggas.
Somebody gonna come in. What you say?
What you say about my baby?
About to get your ass.
But yeah, like, you know, it was a big disconnect. And then black folks, prior to the crack epidemic, in my opinion, worked hard to get us to where we was at, to where we are today. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they fought hard for us just to be.
The crack epidemic, they did too, because they had to figure out how to get their next fix. Like, don't let no crackhead out hustle you.
They will.
They definitely will.
They will.
But they say, you ain't never seen a crackhead said, I ain't smoking crack today because I'm broke.
They gonna figure out.
That's a fact. That's how
they got the skills. They had to figure out how to get crack.
But, you know what I mean? We got to do better, black people. Yo.
Don't be out hustled by crackhead.
Get one more shit out of you before we leave.
Listen, so wait a minute. You just said something that was funny. When you were
was being serious this time.
Oh, I apologize.
No, go ahead.
Are you old enough? Were you in school when paddling happened? No. You was in school?
We only a couple years up, but my mom would have beat my ass, and my dad would beat my ass.
Did you ever? Well, you might not that Brent back then. Like, you be so scared. You be like, I ain't doing shit in school today.
I used to.
That's what I'm saying.
Beating me with that paddle. They had to call my. Listen, I snatched that paddle.
Oh, yeah,
hit me with that. What? I ain't play that. You ain't hit me with that. Yeah, right. Wasn't you hitting me with that? I remember my grand. I told that lady. I got up and I remember I called my grandma. My grandma came on there and said, "You not hitting my grandson." I said, "Mm-hmm." I ain't get no paddle there. Right. Only person that hit me is somebody in my family.
We went back like elementary school. We had a teacher.
I ain't never got
she used to pop her hands with a ruler.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Like, wait a minute. What the hell? She'd be like, "Don't move your hand." You be like,
"Yep." And I got you because I listen. I was listen. We gonna be tussling. I was that kid though that's gonna fight.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I was the kid that will grab you. I ain't play that. Don't touch me. Especially when I got into and I was in the all white school. Oh yeah, don't play with me. I ain't play that. And they used to think about it too. We're just gonna call your mother.
That's what you better do.
But that's what makes you special because you'll tell a kid nowadays don't go. But again, if they're not necessarily if they're right, wrong, or indifferent, but you're gonna hear them out.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, you're not automatically gonna say the teacher was right. You're gonna hear them out.
I give my kids that freedom to express themselves.
Oh, your kids is your kids is.
But I think that's what's different about our generation compared to when we was raised.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I could just think back to my mom wasn't hearing shit I had to say. Like,
no.
She didn't give a damn. I don't care how you feel. You first of all, you ain't got no feelings. You ain't got no nerves.
Like, what
you ain't got no thoughts. And now
that messes us up.
That's what messed us up.
Exactly. So now with my daughter, I'm like, you got feelings, you got thoughts, you got to express them.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like if you choose not to express them, that's going to be on you.
Yeah.
But you have the freedom to express it.
Yeah.
We didn't have freedom to like. You would have been like,
Mom,
I feel like she's like, shut your bitch ass up, nigga. Go to bed and clean up my house while you doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a completely different thing. Like, you know what I mean? Kids are a lot more free today, and it shows because these niggas will talk to you. They think you be out in the street. Oh, yeah. And they try to talk to you, hey man, little boy, I don't know.
But there's free with boundaries.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you don't never
these kids don't. They ain't your kids. They don't know no boundaries.
Yeah, you don't never disrespect no adult. So
I'm everybody's dad when they around me. I listen, bro. I'm the community dad when I don't play that.
I mean, if you with me,
and I look at them, but I ain't talking about they with me. You sit around me. I'm gonna need you to hush your mouth while you around me.
That's right, hush your mouth.
You look dead at them. They just move. Go do something else. Yeah.
I think I would be afraid of you.
I mean, you move from here.
Yeah, I think I would be afraid
of
you.
As a kid?
Yeah.
I give him the move.
Yeah.
Like,
I think I would be afraid of him.
And then I get him where I be like, I know your dad.
Oh, that's even worse.
They be looking like, I don't even know him, but you know him?
Yo,
yeah, I know
shut
him.
up, yo.
I get him all the time with that. I know your folks. I hit him with that. I say,
I know your folks. He was in group on Monday.
I don't even know him.
He was in group on Monday. I know you did. Be like, he was in group on Monday.
Oh,
I know,
my
that's
gosh,
bad.
that is terrible.
I apologize.
No, you don't. It's the real reality.
That's real shit.
He was in group
Can
on
we get
Monday.
one more?
I'm done. I have
we got good 5 cuss words out of Tiff today.
Listen, I thought it was going to be worse than that. I really did, because just on my way here, just the frustration of, but again, I told y'all, this is my space. So you just come in here and you just cool off.
And talk your shit.
That's it.
So
listen,
I feel better than I did.
You feel better?
I appreciate y'all.
Well, as long as you feel better, we feel better.
My boy said he wants to be punctual. Go ahead, bro. You was taking us home?
Oh.
Or out?
Not to the upper room.
No, Lord Jesus, it's too early. Anyway, thank you for tuning in to Quit the Cat Podcast. It's your boy BP alongside the Bishop and PosiTiff. We thank y'all for tuning in.
Man,
make sure y'all
fingers. Oh my bad.
What's up?
My bad.
Anyway, thank y'all. We're gonna see y'all next time. Cause
he was like this. All right, we got it.
Goodbye.
Peace to the gang, and welcome to Quit the Cat Podcast.